Good morning, everyone. We are on the back porch this morning and we are going to do a little project where we make cement mushrooms for the garden. I've made like 4 of these now and I just think they're absolutely adorable. So I hope you like this video and learn something. Okay, here's what you're going to need. This is a bag of Sakrete. You can use Quikrete. This is what my husband brought me. He said it's Home Depot's version of Quikrete. This is just a bowl. You can use a bowl, a bucket, anything to mix your concrete in. A trowel. I have 2 bowls and 2 cups and some oil. There are other things you can use to make the concrete release from your bowls and your cups, but I don't have any of those, and the vegetable oil seems to work just fine. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, is put some of this in a little bowl or bucket. Maybe, it doesn't really matter. Gonna need enough. It's probably good. Alright, we're gonna add some water. I don't want to add a lot at once. I'm just gonna keep adding until we get it all wet all the way through, but not too sloppy. A little bit more. I really want to make sure that it's mixed up all the way. Because if it's too dry, it won't stay together. I did have one that did not stay together. A little bit more. Alright, I think this is looking good. Alright, so I'm going to take my vegetable oil and just put a really light coating on all the surfaces of the bowls and the cups. The cups are not so much of a big deal because you're not going to, if they get stuck, you can just peel these plastic cups back. This is just a red Solo cup. But the bowls, of course, you'll want to reuse if you're making more than one. I'm going to put the cement into the bowl. And I'll probably have to make several of these to have enough for all this. I'm going to fill this up, not quite to the top. I'm going to have to make up some more. And water. That's good enough. Now more cement for the faces of the mushrooms. I don't know if y'all can hear my little dog in there barking, but ever since Peanut had a really bad seizure the other night, he yaps every time I leave him for more than 5 minutes. He's just really insecure right now. And we are too. It was just a horrible night for us. Alright, gonna go back up here and fill up these. Get it where y'all can see. Let's shake these around a little bit and make sure that they're all going to have some air bubbles. You just can't do anything about that, but you can get some of them out by shaking it back and forth. Might have made enough for both cups. Add just a little more water to this because I don't want it to be too dry or it will not make a good base. Now we're going to let these sit. I'll probably let them sit an hour or two. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to take these and I'm going to push them down in the center of each bowl. And that's going to leave an indent so that when these are dry, I can set the top onto the bottom for the mushrooms. All right, I'll see you then. All right, everyone, it's now the next day, and we're going to see how our cement mushrooms turned out. I'm going to get them out of the bowls and cups, and we'll see how they did. As you can see, I've taken this, took it about an hour after we set it, and pushed it in here and kind of twisted it around so that we have this nice indent in them. Let's see what we got. All right, that one looks good. It's very nice. Oops, the edge is a little fragile. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get this one out. Ooh, that one looks great. Wonderful. All right. Let's see if we can get the cups out. All right, as usual, the cups are going to take a little more work. Let me work on it. All right, I've had to cut the cup. Let's see how it goes. All right, great. All right, let me cut this one. These look good too. Okay, so these just set on top. Just like that. Now these are going to have to cure for several days before I can actually paint them. But I'll just be back to do that later and show you them painted. The first ones I painted red and white with white spots. And I think I might paint these orange with yellow spots. I have two sets already that are red and white, and I think I want to mix it up a little bit and have a little bit of a different one. All right, well, thank y'all for joining me today, and I will be back when I paint them. Hi everyone. It has been several days, and we're going to get the mushrooms painted. I'm going to paint them. These are going to be orange with yellow spots on them, since my other ones are red with white spots. I've got some cheap antique white paint and some yellow, and this is my orange. All right, let's get started. All right, the bases are going to be white. Need something to put that in. Just a second. All right. I'm going to do the bases first. Oh, let's see. This is just a bristle brush. It seems to work good to get into all the little holes in these. I may have to paint it more than once. I can't remember whether I did the others more than once or not. Alright. I'm just adding a little white into the orange and a little water because this is a little thick. And there's just nothing to it. It's probably the easiest thing I've ever painted. You just want to make sure it's covered all the way around. You can flip it over and do the underside, and I did that on one of the other pairs, but it just didn't seem to make any difference. You really can't see the underside of it at all, so. But you can if you want it to be perfect and totally finished all around. This one's a little bumpier, to try and get down into some of these holes. That's the good thing about using the bristle brush. You can kind of just push it in there. Alright, I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes. It doesn't take very long with acrylic. Acrylic dries really fast. And then we're going to do the orange. I mean the yellow. We're going to do the yellow dots on it. Alright, for the yellow dots. There it comes. Alright. All I do for the yellow dots is put it on and twist. Oh, this is going to need a little white too. Maybe a lot of white. Oh, there we go. I'm going to try to make some random larger and smaller dots on it. All right. These are looking pretty good. I think that's all we need. All right, I'm going to let these dry completely. And then I'm going to take some varnish and spray it. I don't know if this is what is normally used when you make cement decorations, but it's what I've put on the others, and they seem to be doing really well out in the garden, so I'm going to do the same to these. Alright, here they are, ready to go out in the garden. I think I'm going to put these out in front of the greenhouse, because I have some in both the flower gardens already, and I think they'll look great. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this, and please like, share, and subscribe.